The screen hums to life, and there's Destiny framed in his RGB-lit cockpit, a digital auteur spinning reels of analysis and banter for his Twitch congregation.
Do you think that Nmplol exaggerated when he said he makes 20K an hour now? Yeah, for sure. But he probably makes 7 figures for sure. Wait, I think. It's hard because some of these guys don't have YouTube channels. Does Nick have a YouTube channel? I don't know why these guys don't have YouTube channels. Does he post? Oh no, he is now. Okay. I'm guessing he started this relatively recently. Okay, that's good. His YouTube has been on for years? Oh. Some people don't translate to other environments as well. Because Nmplol gets like... He's like a 20K view streamer, right? But maybe it just doesn't translate to YouTube as well, I guess. Nmplol, whatever. I'm kind of lucky in that politics is like a no-brainer. Like, I don't have to do any work to be relevant to different spaces because politics kind of intersects with everything and it's always relevant and there's always new stuff going on. It's like a lucky pick for something to be involved in.
He's not here to dissect a policy brief or dunk on a rival streamer with the precision of a sniper. No, tonight he's riffing on something more primal, more tantalizing. The income of Nmplol, a Twitch mainstay whose 20,000 viewer streams are the stuff of legend, yet whose financial footprint is as murky as a fogged-up windshield. Destiny's tone is casual, almost conspiratorial, like a friend leaning across a diner counter to whisper about the guy who just bought the whole block. He tosses out figures, 7 figures maybe, probably, then hedges, second guesses, and dives into a tangent about YouTube channels or the lack thereof, as if Pollem's bank account were a puzzle box he's only half interested in solving. It's a moment that's both mundane and electric, a snapshot of streaming's strange economy where speculation is currency and Destiny's stream is the mint. Let's set the scene. Destiny's musing on Pollem's income isn't a headline-grabbing exposé, it's a sidebar, a fleeting detour in the marathon of his stream, yet it carries the weight of a third-act revelation. Pollem, with his affable charm and knack for turning virtual hangouts into must-watch events, is a Twitch titan, pulling in tens of thousands of viewers who tune in for his banter, his gaming, his sheer vibe. Destiny's guesswork about Pollem's earnings, exaggerated, sure, but likely in the 7-figure ballpark, feels like a plot point in a heist movie, where the crew debates the size of the score before cracking the vault. There's no vault here, no leaked tax returns or Twitch payout spreadsheets, just Destiny's intuition, honed by years in the streaming trenches, and a touch of envy-tinged admiration for a peer who's cracked the code of digital success. The comedy of this moment lies in its looseness, the way Destiny tosses out numbers like a carnival barker hyping a sideshow, then backtracks with the self-awareness of a stand-up comic who knows the punchline's a stretch. He's riffing, speculating, filling the air with hypotheticals about Pollem's income, 20K an hour. Nah, probably not, but 7 figures, for sure. It's a performance, but it's also a window into streaming's opaque economy, where success is measured in views, subs, and the occasional cryptic boast. Destiny's laughter, sharp and infectious, punctuates his guesses, as if he's in on the joke that none of us really know what Pollem's making, but we're all dying to guess. It's a universal impulse, the kind that fuels gossip columns and Reddit threads, and Destiny's stream is the perfect stage for it, a digital campfire where the stories get taller with every log tossed on. But there's a deeper layer here, a reflection on the nature of work and worth in the streaming age. Destiny's offhand remark about Pollem's viewership, 20K viewers, a number that's both staggering and routine in Twitch's upper echelons, hints at the surreal economics of the platform. Streaming isn't just a job, it's a performance art, a high-wire act where charisma, consistency, and a knack for staying relevant can translate into fortunes that dwarf traditional careers. Pollem's success, as Destiny sees it, is a testament to that alchemy. But it's also a mystery, shrouded in the platform's secrecy and the streamer's own reluctance to spill the beans. Destiny's speculation is less about the numbers and more about the system that produces them, a system that's as exhilarating as it is unequal, as democratic as it is cutthroat. The narrative takes a turn when Destiny pivots to YouTube, or rather, Pollum's curious absence from its spotlight. He's puzzled, almost exasperated, that Pollum hasn't fully cracked the YouTube code despite years of posting. It's a moment that feels like a director lamenting an actor's refusal to take the blockbuster role, and Destiny's confusion is both funny and revealing. He muses that some streamers just don't translate to other platforms, their magic tied to the live, chaotic energy of Twitch rather than the polished, evergreen world of YouTube. Pollum's 20K Twitch viewers are a goldmine, but on YouTube, he's a niche act, a cult favorite rather than a crossover star. Destiny's bemusement is a nod to the fickle nature of digital fame, where success in one arena doesn't guarantee a ticket to the next. This is where the story's heart beats loudest, a meditation on relevance and reinvention that feels like a Wes Anderson film, all quirky characters and wistful asides. Destiny's own career, built on the evergreen relevance of politics, gives him a unique vantage point. He's the guy who stumbled into a niche that's always in season, where every election, every scandal, every Twitter storm is fresh fodder for his streams. Pollum, by contrast, is tethered to the ephemeral world of gaming and variety streaming, where staying relevant means constant hustle, new games, new collabs, new ways to keep the chat buzzing. Destiny's reflection on his lucky pick of politics is both self-deprecating and triumphant, a nod to the serendipity that's kept him afloat in an industry where burnout and irrelevance are always lurking. The comedy deepens as Destiny grapples with the intangibles of Pollum's success. He's not just speculating about income, he's marveling at the sheer improbability of it all, the way a guy like Pollum can pull in thousands of viewers night after night, turning virtual hangouts into a seven-figure empire. It's a rags-to-riches story, but it's also a farce, a reminder that streaming's economy is as absurd as a screwball comedy. Destiny's guesses, 7 figures, maybe more, probably not 20K an hour, are less about precision and more about capturing the surreal scale of it, like a screenwriter trying to describe a dream sequence that defies logic. He's laughing at the numbers, at Pollum, at himself, and it's a laughter that invites us in, that says we're all part of this bizarre, beautiful circus. But beneath the laughs, there's a shadow, a reflection on the inequities baked into streaming's DNA. Destiny's musings on Pollum's income aren't just about one streamer. They're about a system that mints millionaires while leaving others scraping by, a system where viewership is a lottery and relevance is a treadmill. Pollum's success, as Destiny sees it, is a triumph, but it's also a fluke, a product of timing, charisma, and a platform that rewards the loudest voices. The unspoken question, why Pollum and not someone else, hangs over the stream like a fog, a reminder that for every 7-figure streamer, there are thousands who'll never break through. It's a tension that Destiny doesn't fully articulate, but it's there, woven into his banter, a nod to the hustle that defines the digital age. The metaphor of the multiplex comes into sharp focus as Destiny's stream unfolds, each tangent a different screen in the internet's crowded theater. Pollum's income is the heist movie in Theater 1, all speculation and swagger, while Destiny's reflections on YouTube are the coming-of-age flick in Theater 2, a story of adaptation and identity. His musings on politics are the documentary in Theater 3, a lens on a world that's always in flux. And the broader narrative, the streaming economy, the chase for relevance, is the epic in Theater 4, a sprawling saga that's equal parts inspiring and unsettling. Destiny's stream is the projectionist, stitching these stories together, inviting us to laugh, to question, to marvel at the strange machinery of online fame. The narrative takes a speculative turn as Destiny circles back to Pollum's YouTube struggles, a subplot that feels like a Coen brothers riff on ambition and adaptation. He's genuinely curious, almost baffled, that Pollum hasn't conquered YouTube the way he's dominated Twitch. It's a moment that reveals the unspoken hierarchy of digital platforms, where Twitch is the live, raw energy of a punk show, and YouTube is the polished, archival permanence of a studio album. Pollum's failure to translate, as Destiny puts it, is less a failing and more a quirk, a reminder that not every star shines in every sky. Destiny's own success, by contrast, feels like a fluke, a happy accident born of politics' universal appeal. It's a contrast that's both funny and poignant, a nod to the randomness that shapes who rises and who fades in the streaming world. The tragedy of this story, if you can call it that, isn't in Parham's income or Destiny's guesses. It's in the broader cultural fault lines they expose. Streaming is a gold rush, but it's also a mirror, reflecting a world obsessed with wealth, relevance, and the next big thing. Destiny's stream is a snapshot of that obsession, a moment where two streamers' paths converge in a conversation that's as much about friendship as it is about finance. Parham's success, real or exaggerated, is a beacon, but it's also a question. What does it mean to thrive in a system that's so arbitrary, so fleeting? Destiny's reflections don't answer that question, but they ask it, and in the asking, they capture something essential about the digital age.